This video is to help you finish your website at the end of the year. So this will be the second major task that you will do for trimester 3. You should have already started your website in January, where you built your homepage, where it should have the About My Website and the About Me section already complete, and you should have made your 6 pages already. On each of your pages, you should already have the location to put your piece of work as well as the reflection questions. If you have not already done those things, please go watch video 1 so that you have your website set up appropriately first. So when you're ready to start uploading work to your website, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you're planning what you're going to upload. So just randomly trying to upload things is not going to be helpful to you at all. So the first sheet that you're going to want to use is this one, where you put each of your classes, and using Google Classroom or using PowerSchool, you come up with a list of the tasks that you've done in each of your classes. So if we were talking about writing workshop, you could type in for your class for writing workshop the I Am poem, you could type in the personal narrative, you could type in your research, you could type in your cover letter, your resume, or your children's book. Those are all major tasks that we have done throughout this year. So you want a nice long list so you have plenty of work to choose from. After you do this sheet, then you have a sheet specifically about the 21st century competencies. So once you have a long list of all the things you've done all year, now you have to figure out what pieces of work fit with which competencies. You only need one piece of work for each competency. That means that you're only uploading 6 things total. So you need one piece of work from any class from problem solving and critical thinking. And if you look at the column, it describes what problem solving and critical thinking is. If you need more information, look at the 21st century competencies rubric. It is in Google Classroom. Then there are some examples of things that students have uploaded in the past. So you might find something on here that you'd also like to upload. So oftentimes for problem solving and critical thinking, students use something from math or science. Your children's book would also count. But you're going to do that for all 6 competencies. So what are 6 different things that you can upload? One for each competency. Once you know what you're going to upload, then you can actually start uploading things into your website. So let's start with problem solving and critical thinking. If you knew what you wanted to upload here, you would make sure that you had clicked on Insert, and whatever thing you want to find, you're going to go to your Google Drive, because all of your assignments from this year should be in your Google Drive. And you can find it by scrolling through your Google Drive and then clicking on whatever it is and uploading it to the website. Then, if you have questions from that class related to the competency, you could delete the questions and just upload those. For example, every time we've done a major class in writing workshop, I've made you do reflection questions, so you could just upload those questions and save yourself the time. If your teacher has not made you reflect on the 21st century competencies, then you have to answer these questions. So you're going to make them look like a paragraph, but you're going to answer all of the questions in here. And you'll do that same thing for all 6 of your pages. Let's do an example together. So if I wanted to do creativity and innovation, and let's say I wanted to use my I Am poem, then I would go to creativity and innovation. I would click on where it says evidence of work. I would go to my drive, and I can search for my I Am poem. And then I'm going to find it. Where's my example? We'll do that one. And I'm going to insert my poem. And I realize this is just the directions, but my poem is at the bottom of it. And then I could find my reflection questions. So it's underneath there. And if I did my reflection questions, then I could delete these things out, and I could go into my Google Drive, and I could find my I Am poem, reflection questions. Oops, I didn't spell it right. It's giving me all of yours. Okay, here's one. And I'm going to insert that in there. And then I would be done because I had already pre-done the work. Now, like I said, if I had not previously done the work for something, then I would have to answer the questions that are built in here. That's really, really important. So far we've covered work to upload. Then you have a checklist, which is going to help you make sure that you get all parts done. So please make sure you review your checklist to make sure you've done everything. So one of the things you have to make sure you go back up and do is the About Me section. So yes, you already did it, but you only wrote about what you had learned from the beginning of the school year to January. So that means after you upload all of your work and do all of those reflection questions, now you have to go back and update your About Me section. So from January till the end of the year, add more about what you've learned in each of your classes. And again, once you're finished, it should look like a paragraph. So the questions shouldn't be there anymore. The directions shouldn't be there anymore either. Once you feel like you are 100% done, you need to make sure that you've shared all of the work properly. So one issue that comes up is that students upload their work, but then no one else can see it. So to check to make sure that it has something is shared right, you click on it, you open it, you'll go to share, and you're going to make sure that it says anyone with the link. So if it doesn't say that, you're going to click the change button and make it say anyone with the link. So that way, whoever is grading your assignment can actually see that the work is there. And same thing, if you upload your reflection questions, you're going to make sure that those are viewed with anyone with the link. So once you've gone through your whole checklist, then you're going to grade yourself on the rubric. So just like always, this one only has 2 pieces. So did you do everything that you were supposed to? Did you explain in those reflection questions how your work connects to the 21st century competencies? That's really important. So making sure that you're understanding and making connections. And you'll give yourself your score for what do you think you are, exemplary, competent, emerging, or novice. Then when you're ready, you'll submit. You need to make sure that the teacher has access to your link. You should have already done this earlier in the year where you filled out your first name, your last name, your class period, and you put your website link in. If you did not, you need to make sure you go back and do it. And before you give the link, you need to make sure that you hit the publish button. You hit it again so it saves your changes. I'm not going to because I'm not saving these changes. And then you'll click the linky button, copy the link, and you'd put your link in here when you submit. If the teacher does not have access to your website, it can't be graded and then you'll be scored NE. So please use this video to help make sure that you get all parts of the website done.